Okay, great. Now click on your icon and switch to lightning. I mean classic. Sorry. Setup. Okay, on the quick find on your left hand side panel, right? In the quick find, type lightning.
So Lightning app builder.
No, lightning experience. One second. Okay, switch back to lightning. Sorry, I think it would be in lightning. Switch back.
Lightning it has many things.
Scroll up to the top. Sorry. Yeah, switch to lightning experience. Now here, go to setup. Great. In the left, and again on the quick find, type in lightning. Look for lightning space experience. Type lightning experience. Experience. Hmm. This is the reason why we always suggest not to go for the trial versions. Okay, let me take access of your computer, yeah,
Yeah.
for a quick minute. Bless you.
Thanks. पता नहीं कुछ तो रहा.
Okay. Let's try login as Sri Parasuraman. Yeah. Can you verify the code?
Yeah.
So these are latest changes that has been made in Salesforce in recent days, like after 20 Jan, 2020 Jan. So what happened in 2020 Jan is like Salesforce, before that, Salesforce giving Lightning as an optional, whether the company had the ability to choose to remain in Classic or they can activate Lightning.
Now, what were the things that you did to invoke this site? To
Uh,
make these changes, right? You went to many places. You were very quick. Okay, you went to Lightning and set up the user, right? So how did you
I
do
went
that?
to I went to Lightning. I checked for the option. So there is an option for turning off the Salesforce Classic mode in the Lightning for when you have the Lightning page. So that's what I was looking for.
No,
LIGHT.
I mean, go through it slowly, one by one step at a time,
Right,
so I can type it and keep it.
right. That's what I'm trying to do. Let me share you an article. Okay, I just put in a link in the chat. Can you open it?
Hmm. Um, Where do we have the chat? It doesn't pull down any of them. Hmm.
This is right, Kalani. Yeah, it is how to turn off Salesforce Classic. So the place where it is turned off, you can also turn it on, right? Hello?
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was looking for first thing. How to turn it on because it is being turned off right now. Right now, there is the steps given in this. Now you need to go to the Lightning Experience and look for Lightning Experience transition assistance. Okay, so that's what we checked in the page, right? I just went here, went to setup. In the quick find, we typed in Lightning, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you only have Lightning extensions and so on, but not the actual Lightning experience transition assistance option,
Mm.
right?
Mm.
So we took it off, and then what I did is I switched it back to classic. Went to setup,
mm,
went to user manager,
mm.
user manage users, user. Okay, I looked for Parasuram.
See, this is Raman Shri Parsu. Okay.
Okay, here there is another option for enabling the lightning for users. So I looked for lightning. Okay, lightning login and data purchases. So I couldn't see it here. I went to profile in a new tab. In profile, I directly clicked on edit because I know I'm going to make changes to the profile. Again, here again, I looked for lightning. Okay, it says lightning console user and lightning experience user. You see this? So I check this checkbox. Lightning experience user, I check the box. Now again, I looked for classic. Okay, so here if you see remain in Salesforce classic, I check that again.
Okay.
Okay, so and saved it. That's why we are now checking it on the uh, profile for him. Right. Okay.
So because we have selected those, it will help us stay on both the sites for that
Right.
user alone, right? But
That not
because
only that
we,
user, the user whoever has this profile.
okay,
So remember, profile can be reused, right? It can be
yeah,
used for n number of users. It
yeah.
can be assigned to n number of users. So for any, I'm not understanding why this is taking such long time. Let's switch to some other app. Okay, now let's not waste any more time on this. Now, this is something, no, this is a very limited access trial version. Okay, trial versions are not given with full entities, so features. So
Yeah,
somehow
I
this
would,
is being blocked.
okay, I will create one for the training one and I will do that. Okay.
Yeah, from the
The developer one.
developer.salesforce.com. Yeah,
Yeah,
please
the
create
developer
a
one.
dev. Okay,
Yeah.
that will have more validity, and at the same time, you can have all the options available for you in that with a
Okay.
limited number of creation option. But yeah, you at least will have all the access. Okay, so today what we going to see is about the profile and security settings.
Okay.
Okay, so today's classes are going to be first starting with profile. What we saw in profile last time, profile can be given permission to a number of users. I think, did I finish profile before? Did I
I
take
think we
the,
touched upon them. Some of the basics things you said. I remember you saying that profile once given, it can be given to any number of n number of people.
yeah,
Uh, and then
Okay. That's all the basics right now. Profile is something that is mandatory for any user that need to be created in Salesforce. Unless like role, you can create a user without role, even though it is marked as mandatory. It is not that mandatory for creating a user, right? But profile is something you need to give it for a user because basically a user will get access to your org only through profile.
So profile can be cloned. Can
Yes,
any
it can
profile be
be
cloned?
cloned. Any
Any
profile can
profile.
be,
Okay.
okay? Any profile can be cloned and created again. So let's see. You said you having issues with cloning profile, right? What was the profile you tried cloning?
The marketing user, contact manager. Yeah, marketing user. And it can be cloned on both the pages, classic as well as the lightning.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So last time you saw how to clone it in the classic page. So I'm just showing you how we can clone it in the lightning. It's the same thing. No difference at all.
When we try to create the clone, this is what it showed. It's shared. You have created maximum two.
Okay, so this is a limitation that we cannot override. That's another reason why I was saying, right, that this is a limited or this is a trial version that has a lot of
Okay.
limitations, so we cannot
So that
overcome
was
that,
the handicap. Okay.
right? So unfortunately, there is no workaround or no fixing it unless we delete the other clone profile. So you know
Oh,
how to clone it. It is very simple. Just click on this button, give it a name that makes sense for your organization or for you, and click
okay.
on save. That will automatically save
Okay.
it. Cloning is not the biggest challenge here. Okay.
Okay. I will work on
Okay.
the developer side. Let's continue. Move on with other things that you had in mind for today's.
Okay. So as I was saying, users cannot be created without profile because users only get access to your org through profiles, right?
Okay.
So basically, when a user is created, you give him a set of permission for his activity, duty bound, right?
Hmm.
That set of access will be given through profile.
And
That's
one user will get only one profile.
right. Only one
Okay.
profile can be assigned to a user, not multiple
Okay.
profiles. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So basically, profile is set of access that has been provided for a user. What set of access are being given in profile? So anything and everything is through profile, right? Now, first we let's understand this. Now, whatever you are customizing, whatever it's already there in Salesforce, whatever the features offered by Salesforce, right? Other than the features or functions which you saw in the user detail page. You went through the user detail page and there were a lot of checkboxes, right? Like Sales
Mm-hmm.
Cloud user, Sales CRM user, Salesforce CRM user, offline user, marketing user, all those features or permissions are in the user page. But apart from those checkboxes, you only saw a handful of checkboxes of features there. Okay. Apart from that, all the other basic functionalities, okay, are given through Salesforce and more. So when I say basic functionalities like setting up the Lightning user to having assigned to a application app that you created, which default tabs should be coming on the top, what should be the default page layout given for any object, given object, what should be the field access. Each field has every field you create in an object is given access to the user through profiles only. Are you following me?
Mm. Yeah.
Okay.
So when we select on the user screen, okay,
Hmm.
what we got on the what we get on the profile options in.
I'm sorry, can you
You
repeat the
get me?
question?
Okay. What we select on the user screen,
Right.
okay, or on top of what we get on the profile option.
Now, see, you don't, if I'm understanding your question right, you are asking about creating a user right now here. When what is this profile you're choosing? What that is the access you're going to get, right?
Uh-huh.
Right. So whatever profile you're choosing here, that is the access will be given to this user by
Okay.
default. That is okay. So now you understand where I'm starting from, right? Like starting from having a visibility of records to having the ability to update a field in a record, record types, page layouts, right? All this comes through profile, okay? And the profile also has many features that is to offer for the users. Say like having the ability to create report dashboards, right? Managing the
Uh,
dashboard and folders, right? Library
uh,
license, access to create a record or only having a readability or having modify all ability, right? Community
okay.
access. All
Uh,
these comes through profile.
okay.
Okay, so it is the overall function and features of Salesforce to which users will gain access from the profile.
Okay.
Okay, so
Okay.
there are many segments in the profile. Like when I say many segments, sections like this: console setup, page layout, record type, field accessibility, field level security, so on so forth. Okay, so we
Okay.
will not see everything, but I will go through the major things of it. Okay, so the
Okay.
major thing, let's classify this in a very easy manner, where Salesforce has given us the option. Let's see. Okay, so these are the major classifications. Can you see them all?
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm not seeing apart from the system permission, there should be some more here. I'm not seeing them.
Oh.
Okay. Okay, so assigning app. What is assigning app? So assigning app is nothing but if you remember in the classic, we had a drop down on the top right hand side, right? Here. These are called app and console.
Okay.
Okay. So these apps that are being assigned to a user will be assigned from the assign app permission or section. So where is that? It is the first of the yeah, here. Custom app settings. You see, this is where you will assign the applications. So right now you have all the apps visible, only one default and one is not visible for you or for Ram in this profile.
Hmm.
You're understanding it?
Yeah.
Okay, so whenever you assign an app, right? Remember that you can have only one default app. You cannot have multiple default apps.
Hmm.
Okay, it's just like, I have the ability of seeing 1,000 people standing in a queue. When I stand in front of them, I can only see the first person, right?
Yeah.
Similarly, so even though I have access to n number of apps that has been created, but whatever is set to be default will be the first person, and the first person can be only one person anytime, right?
Yeah.
So the default app can be only one app.
Okay.
Any questions? It is
No.
simple, check and uncheck. That's it. Nothing more. Okay.
Okay.
Most of the profiles are, it is very easy to manage, but it needs a little understanding and no full realization of what is the power or no access we are giving. Okay.
Okay.
So what happens when you assign an app, right? App can have no access to objects. So if you are assigning an app, you need to also assign that objects to them. Okay, what happens to objects when the objects are assigned to user? They are expected to either have the ability of viewing it, reading it, or making changes to it, or creating to it. So we need to give them the CRED permission, CRED permission, which we saw yesterday,
Okay.
right? So these are like interlinked. So when you are doing this, you need to have a complete understanding and complete no, requirements. What needs to be done and what should not be done when you are creating a profile, right?
Okay.
So assigning app, we saw assigning connected app. This is again, it will come in the same category only. Object settings. Object settings are something like to which object you want to give them the visibility, right? Let me pull it here. Stop it. It's nothing but the CRED permission.
Okay.
Object settings are nothing but the CRED permission. So you give the read, edit, and delete option.
Mm.
CRED, CRED. This is a common term used in Salesforce for defining this functionality. When someone talks about CRED, you should be aware that they are talking about profile and they are talking about giving the create, read, edit, delete permissions in the profile.
Okay.
Okay, so this view all and modify all, right? What will this give you? So if you click on view or modify all, by default all the checkboxes will get enabled except for the view
Mm.
all.
Yeah. I have a question here. Uh, what exactly is the difference between app and an object?
So
App
app
includes
is
the page too, right?
actually app is a collective. We saw this, I believe. I'm not sure whether I took it for you or Thiru. Object is a collection of, I'm sorry, app is a collection of object for to which no, a user can frequently access or visit to do his task easily. Say, for example, we have 100 objects in our environment in the Salesforce, okay? And a specific team will not need to go through all the 100 objects, right?
Okay.
They only need 5 or 10,
Okay.
right? But a different team would need more. A different team would need less, okay? App
Okay.
having constraints about that, we will, that is no advanced admin training course. But Just understand this. Now, app is a collective of objects that can be used repetitively or to make the users work easy every day. Right now,
Okay.
you want me to more elaborate on that?
No, thanks.
Okay, okay. So let's coming back to the
So
profile.
it's for a business process, right?
Hmm.
Okay.
It's kind of you can say say for example, a service guy or a sales guy would need access to use account contacts, opportunities, deals, leads. Okay, so instead of having them different places, right now he need to go and search for them or no go through all the other hazard and seeing of all the other tabs. Instead of having 10 different tabs, we only give them those four tabs: account, contact, opportunity, deals, and leads, or five tabs. Okay, so that
Okay.
it will be easy for him to use every day.
Ratish, can you give me just a few minutes? I need to take my medication and come.
No
Okay.
problem. Take it. Take it.
Yes, Satish. Thanks.
No problem, Kalyani. So if you remember, the first task was given, like, creating a app. That was the first task. You created training one app, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that is the task which was given.
I think I didn't create that. I created just a product ad for this. Did I create the training one also? Yeah, I think. Yeah. Maybe yes. Yeah, we see the logo. Yeah.
Right. But I'm not seeing the app here, however. So this is the place where you create the app. So like you create a new app here, and you can assign a set of uh, tabs that can be accessed or objects otherwise, right?
Okay.
Okay, so this is under custom. Uh, so let's continue with this, right? With the profile. Okay, so what is the difference between view all? Okay, you're okay with the apps, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what is the difference between modify all and view all? So view all is nothing but to give you the access to see all the records, either you owe it or not. Okay, so say for example, a object is set to private. Okay, when there is the access only for the owners to see the records, right? Say for example, uh, when let's take the product ads, right? Product ads, if that is something is set up in a private way, that only the owners of the record can see or edit the records. Not everybody can see and edit the record, but you want some special permissions that needs to be given for the managers who can see their record and as well as their subordinates record, or on the whole everyone's record. Are you
Okay.
following me?
Yeah.
Okay, so at that time, if you give them this view all permission, they will have the ability to see the records they owe or others owe without any problem. Okay, modify
Okay.
all is the same thing, that they will have the ability of editing the others record as well.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the CRED permission, that is about the object access. Now coming to field level, the next one in the lists would be app permissions. This is like third party applications. This app and these apps are different. Okay, this apps and these app is
Hmm.
different. Okay, these are third party applications that
Okay.
are installed in Salesforce.
That are
Okay,
installed in Salesforce. Okay.
right. You can install App Exchange applications in Salesforce. So for those
Okay.
App Exchange products, right now, what is the permission you are giving them there? So Apex class, this is for when there is a code created. Right now, if uh, customization is not possible through the normal admin activity, so we go for coding, creating Apex class. So
Okay.
those Apex class access are given through this option, Apex class access. Again, Visual Force page is similar to it, where you develop a Visual Force page through code. This is through code. Again, this access is given in the profile level. Okay. External data source access, that is for again O Connect or Data Connect applications that you install or um, give access through profiles for fetching data from a different source or updating data from to a different source through Salesforce.
Okay.
Okay. Flow access is process builder and flow access. So like
1 minute,
login.
1 minute, Ratish. Ratish, 1 minute.
Sure.
No, I need the iodine one drop also. No separate. Yeah, please continue.
Okay, flow access is again a set of ability that you can give them for uh, flows, like different flows. In automation, we have process builder and flows, right? So if you have any
Hmm.
flows that will come here, you can just give them the access through this.
Okay,
Okay,
this
but
is the first
basically,
time I'm seeing it because every time when I was going to use the flow access, it would never say yes. Okay. Oh,
okay. But flow is also access given through user detail as well. So here, if you see, there is another checkbox for flow user, right? If you check this box, then he automatically gets all the flow access. Nothing to worry about.
I didn't see. I'm sorry. I was drinking water. That's it. Can you show me again?
No, I just switched tab. Nothing. I'm just in Parasuram user detail page,
Oh,
right? And you see there is this checkbox called flow user.
okay. So you, okay.
Yeah. So this will give him all the access to all the flows. Nothing, separately need to be given, but there is an option to give it in the profile as well. So
Okay.
it's nothing that important here when it comes to flow access. Name credential access, uh, custom permissions. Okay, so this custom permissions are like the permissions which I told you about, giving access to report, dashboard, exporting data, all these custom permissions. I may be wrong here, just get the custom permissions. Yeah, custom permissions are created permissions. That something like we create a component, we create custom permissions. So see it here. Right. So no permissions are enabled. This custom permissions are nothing but uh, the permissions that are manually created by others or the developers mainly. Okay. For example, when they are developing code, there are certain things like standard controllers and custom controllers. Okay. So there are three types of controllers they use. I'm really not familiar with all the three types, but there is one standard which is basically given by Salesforce, and the other two are like they use controllers and custom and standard controllers together. Okay, so when they are using that custom controllers, right, they do create permissions. So when they create permission, that can be assigned through this custom permissions.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So custom permissions. Okay. Again, custom metadata, it is nothing about no, the general activity. It is again you related to the custom controllers. Okay.
Okay.
So custom definition is again custom settings like there is the option of creating custom settings. These three options are for developers and how they can define it. Once they define it, we can give the access through the profile for the users. Okay, you see the last three: custom permission, custom metadata types, and custom definition. These are developer components developed by developers and can be given access to users through profile.
Okay.
Okay, so coming to the major thing of it, page layout, right? So how a page layout is set up. So here it is in the objects. I'll show you in the profile page. Okay, so this is the important thing again. So we saw that we can have multiple pages created for an object, right? Whichever is being assigned. We saw editing the assignment, right? Page layout edit assignment.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. So those are uh, no, those can be set up here as well in the profile. So when you click on view assignment, it will show you what are the page layout that has been assigned to this, and you can edit the page layout assignment for this particular profile alone. So early when we saw it in the object, it was giving us the profiles in the no left hand side and the all the page layouts on the column wise, right? Just like how it is here,
Uh-huh.
profile and column wise. And you can just click on edit assignment and you can assign the page layout, different page layout here. So right now we don't have different page layout for this object. This is email application publisher layout. So there are chances there are nothing more here. Okay, so if say for example there are 5 page layouts that has been created and you want only 3 page layout access to be given for these profile users, you can set it up here, or you can set it up when you're creating the page layout directly. You're following me, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and you can assign this layouts from here, or you can do it from the object as well. Now when you go to the object and go to the page layouts, and you can assign edit the assignment from here and there as well. There is both are the same things. Okay, it's
Okay.
just like it's you have a quick access here and you have to go through the object there. That's it.
Okay.
Okay, uh, let's see about record type. Record types also the same thing. Okay, say for example user is having a record type assigned to his profile. Now only we assign record types only to the profiles, right? So if
Uh-huh.
whatever record types is been assigned to him assigned to this profile can be viewed or modified here directly.
Okay.
Okay, uh, and field access, field level service, or we FSL, field security level. Okay,
Okay.
field security level is nothing but when you create a field, you give access to create or edit, right? Read or edit, right?
Okay.
Do you remember that? Now, when we created fields, right, it ask
Yeah.
you to give visibility or edit permission,
Yeah.
right? So that same access again can be controlled from the page profile pages. Okay. Field level security
Okay.
here. If I click on this, it'll show all the fields in the object. What are the permission that has been given to this particular profile? So if you see here, this is created by lookup. It only has the read access. It not have edit access, and so on and so forth. These are the fields that are being created in this particular object.
Okay.
Any questions so far?
No.
Okay. So coming to profile, the major role players are the system permissions. By the way, this tab settings, sorry, I forgot to mention about this tab settings. This tab settings, you can, there are three options in the tab settings. Okay, one is default, one is tab hidden, and one is to hide. To tab, hide, and remove, I will. Okay, so if you edit this, there will be three options for this particular tab settings. Default on, default off, and tab hidden. You
Okay.
see that?
Mm. Yeah.
Okay. So these are the three options. What is default on? The default on is nothing but whenever you log into Salesforce, if you are having access to this particular object, that will show up here. If it is in this application that you have assigned, in that application, if this tab is if this object is given access to, right, it will show up here. Now if it is not in default on, right, it will not show in here. What will happen?
Okay.
Nothing will happen. The tab will, you will have the access to the tab, except that you need to click on the plus symbol. You click on the plus symbol here, right? You've seen that, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, when you click on the plus symbol, then you will see the tab there. Otherwise, so
Okay.
say for example, you see this many tabs, right?
Uh-huh.
So there are more than what this can hold. So you see it under more when you click on
Uh-huh.
this drop down, right? But still, there are many more tabs available. You only see three, right?
Uh-huh.
This is because only these tabs have the default on. Okay, when I go
Yeah.
to
Okay.
more,
Yeah.
okay, you see that, right? Now, but when I go into this dial pad and view all,
So you chose the training one here.
right? But you see, we have more than what it was showing under the more, right? So forecast,
Yeah.
news, quick text, quick quotes, opportunity, recommendations, all these are not in the home tab directly. So because these are default off. So if the tab is default off, it will come up here. It will not be in the home tab or home screen. You're understanding what
So
is the
they are
difference
not
between
hidden
default?
also, right? No, they are not
No,
also hidden. They are
right,
off. Okay.
right. They are just off from this home tab or home screen. So
Okay.
when you are in this home screen, you see those tabs. It is just off so that you have to go here and look for it. In Classic, there will be a plus symbol here. You have to click there and you can see them.
Okay.
Okay. However, if it is tab hidden, then you will not see it in here as well.
Oh. Oh.
Okay. If it is a tab hidden, you will not see it in the view all option also.
Okay.
Okay. Clear, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's. Okay. So we saw field level as. Okay. We were about to see system permissions, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so admin permissions and system permission. What is admin permission? Permissions are like for administrators to manage certain things and have extra ability. Say for example, you see manage password policy, manage profiles and permission set. So these are the things which will give the admins the access to do it. Okay, so these are actually the admin permissions. There are several of them. If you scroll down, there you'll see a list of all options, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so these are like the admin access that is given to any user uh, that they can become the admin. Okay, so let's see, Lightning can experience user, select file for Salesforce. Let's see, share the classes access. So custom application is the main permission that you have to give for an admin to do any sort of customizations on object page, user detail page, anywhere. Okay, so there is one of the main important permission. Other than that, modify all is one of the main important permission. Manage users. Okay, so these call centers are not that important. Transferring record, view all custom settings is another important uh, permission. I'm looking for classic access. Okay, you see manage profile and permission set here. So what will
Uh-huh.
happen if I just go ahead and give him this permission or this permission or no, custom application permission? So this user, this profile users will become an admin.
Okay.
Okay. So basically, if you want some delegated admins like limited access, right now, say I want to have a particular group of users who can manage users, right? I want to have particular group of people who can manage report. I want to have particular group of people who can create customized objects and manage them. So this is where we set them with the specific set of administrative privileges.
Okay.
Okay. However, there is two permissions, okay, which will make them the super admins. So even though you have all these permissions given, right, there are two main permission that has to be given to make a admin super powerful, right? Which are they? Modify all and view all. So this is not we are not talking about the CRED permission modify all and view all. This is within the
Okay.
administrative permission. There is something called modify all and view all.
Okay.
So you see here, modify all. This is within the administrative permissions, right? And same thing, view
Okay.
all is also one among them. For some reason, it's stuck.
So how is the weather there? Is it very hot?
No, it's monsoon for uh, this year.
Oh,
This time.
good that you're in
So view
Hyderabad.
all
It
data.
rains. Okay.
Yeah, Hyderabad is actually better than Chennai comparative on
Chennai,
climate.
yeah. Chennai, no water.
Yeah, but during summers there will be water scarcity. That is all over India. That lack of
Hmm.
water management, unfortunately. Yeah. So here, if you see this right now, view all data. So if you give this view all data and modify all data, no matter what it is, no, what record or what object it is, admin will have the access to make any changes to that record, is irrespective of who's the owner or whether this object is given the permission. The user has the object visibility or no create permissions. Nothing matters. Are you
Okay.
following? Okay. So if I
Okay.
say I have not given any create permission for any of the custom objects that I have created, right? For this profile,
Mm-hmm.
I just have to check these two check boxes, view all and modify all, and I don't have to do anything else. Okay, that
Hmm.
user will have access to everything, and he can create, delete, edit, or even no do anything on the object.
Okay.
Okay, so along with this, three uh, checkboxes: custom application checkbox, view all, modify all, data checkbox. Right? If we have these three checkboxes, a user can be no, creating objects, creating page layouts. We can update any record whatsoever in this particular org. Okay, that powerful it is. So we give these three no, options very minimal. We will not give
Okay.
view all data, modify all data, and custom application permission to all the profiles or users.
So, is there any org level permission set or control?
Yes, yes. Org level controls
Okay.
are there. We will see it.
Okay.
Okay. Shortly after, this full understanding of profile. The reason why I'm concentrating on profile before we go there is because org level is very small syllabus. To understand it,
Okay.
there are nothing much. But profile
Okay.
is something you need to be understanding more in detail, which will take a lot
Okay.
of time.
No problem. No problem.
Okay. So here, if you see, you will have access to reports, dashboards, creating report folders, managing libraries, managing applications. Okay. So, and all the features, right, that are being given by Salesforce, all the feature that are being given by Salesforce can be given access through this profile admin and system permissions. Okay, these are the
Okay.
two places where you see all the features that are given by Salesforce.
Okay.
And this is for features only. Admin and system permissions are only for features, nothing more. It this now here we are not going to see anything like give edit permission for this particular object or access to any records from this object. No, that is not going to be here. But this is all features. This is completely 100% related to only features and how you can customize the Salesforce.
Okay.
Are you following?
Yeah.
Okay. So I have covered the major things that the report. I'm sorry, the permissions which are very important in this page, right? Are report manage all private reports and dashboard and manage all public reports and dashboard. One permission. Create public folder. Second. So you see manage dashboard in public folder, manage report in public folder will also be there. Okay, create public folders for reports and dashboards, view all data, modify all data, view all users, custom application. Uh, So here you see view reports in public folder. So those are the very important permissions which we often use in this admin permissions, right?
Okay.
Others we don't mingle around unless if it is really needed. That is, something we will study and we will give them the access. But otherwise, we will not give them or we will not make any changes to the uh, admin permissions or system permissions in the profile. So why are we so yesterday you might have had the question, right? Why are we cloning a profile? Why can't we create a new profile? Right? When you saw here in the profile,
It's easier for one thing.
exactly, it is easy and you don't have to remember all these check boxes that needs to be checked
Hmm.
for no for a specific profile because the
Yeah.
profiles are all permissions are already set up. The admin permissions or system permissions are already set it up, right? So it is very easy for us to mimic it instead of me knowing it 100%, right? No one knows the profile setups 100%, but these are the major permission that that we dwindle around when it comes to profiles. But other than that,
Hmm.
no one knows the 100% permissions that are in the profiles. However, it is not easy for you to remember everything and go and check all those checkboxes because as human error, we tend to either have one extra or one less permission, right? So that is the reason why we clone the permission and we reuse that,
Okay.
right? Just a second. And there is one more important permission about here that is for community. For community access to create community and manage community, you will have the permission here. But however, creating communities and managing communities is not the basic admin stuff, it's advanced. But however, the permissions are given here for creating and managing communities. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So your homework would be just to glance at the all the permissions that are in this permission set.
Uh-huh.
You cannot mug it up. You cannot remember everything. So that is okay. But just have a glance of all the permissions in this permissions application. Sorry, admin permission.
Okay.
Okay. So with that, we are almost complete with profiles.
So I will set up uh, the developers version of the Salesforce. I will create the app. Okay.
Right.
With all the tabs and the data, and set up the profiles as well as the record types. And I would try to see, as you mentioned, the profiles that you have shown.
Mhm.
And if I have any questions, I will reach out to you.
Okay.
Meanwhile, if you guys can share the WhatsApp, we would greatly appreciate that.
Let me check
And
if
you already
Pawan
mentioned
is
that it is left to Pawan.
Pawan. Are you there? Can you hear us, Pawan? Hello. Okay. No, Pawan is not
Yeah,
with
online.
us.
Okay, that's okay.
I'll speak to him.
That's okay.
I just have to speak to him after this session. I'll speak to him later and I'll keep you posted. Otherwise, you can take down my number if that is really,
Yeah, please.
you think 9962
9962
77
77
20
20
31.
31. Okay.
Yeah,
I won't bother you with unnecessary questions, just
it's
the
not
essential
about
ones.
bothering. It's not about me. I'm worried, Kalyani. It's about Pawan. I was just worried how comfortable he will be, for sharing my contact information. Otherwise, I don't have any issues. You can
Okay, okay,
anytime, get in touch with me on my phone. That's okay.
okay. Thanks, Ritish. Thanks for your
No
time
problem. No problem.
and enjoy your
Next class,
weekend.
we will see about the organization-wide default settings and permission set. Permission set. If you have 2 more minutes, we will complete permission set. Will
Okay,
that be
we
okay?
can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem.
Permission sets are nothing but the same profile, the profile page which we saw right now, right? This is all the
Uh-huh.
permissions in the profile will be also available in permission set for you to choose and give access to. The only difference
Okay.
is profile is given to a group of people, right? When you are creating a
Hmm.
user, you will assign the profile by mandatory,
Hmm.
right? But permission set are something like to give a user, a specific user or a group of user with extra ability apart from their profile. Say, for example, you asked a question, right? One is that no, only one profile can be assigned to a user. Yes, right? Only one profile
Okay.
can be assigned. But at the same time, if you want
Oh.
the additional permissions, right, which are given in the
Hmm.
profile to be given to a user of a group, right? One
Hmm.
specific user, like a manager, can have access more than the subordinates, right? At that time, we
Hmm.
use the permission set. We give the access of these profile in the permission set and assign it to that particular user, so that only user will have the extra access.
Okay.
Okay, so it is
Okay.
an extension of profile. The options available on permission set are and the profile are the same exact thing.
Oh,
It is
so it would be, they could modify, delete, all those also would be there, right? So
exactly
it's an
everything.
extension
Your
of profile.
object setting,
Okay.
yeah, your object settings, your system permissions, your application access,
Okay.
your default tab settings, all this will be in the in permission set as well.
Okay.
Okay. The only difference is permission set can be assigned to a specific user or a group of users. Okay. That is
Okay.
based on our discussion that we can, okay, see whether this person needs this extra ability. We can assign that particular extra ability through profile permission sets to the user.
Okay. So permission set is for a set of users
No,
of more
for
than one profile,
individual
right?
users. For individual users, the permission set can be set from individual users to group. A profile can be set only to
Okay.
groups.
Okay.
Okay, so same like profile, permission set.
Excuse me.
Sorry. So same like profiles, permission set will have all the set of options available for that to be given access to, but as additional to your profile.
Okay.
Okay, so that's all about the
Yeah.
permission set. Nothing else more about the permission set.